What's up, guys? I want to talk a little bit about something that's super controversial here on YouTube. And you know what it is? It's fucking form. Like strict form versus loose form, or call it cheat form, whatever the fuck you want to call it. All right, this is not going to be a long video because in my mind, this shit is common sense. And let me start out by saying you shouldn't cheat everything that you do. Like, for instance, if you're doing Romanian deadlifts, you shouldn't cheat that, because then really you're not really achieving what you sought out to achieve. All right, if that's the case, then just do like rack pulls, set a lot higher then. All right, and then you can control that shit, you can keep everything tight, you can move more weight anyways. So for certain things, there's just no point to cheat it. For other things, you're just asking for trouble. For instance, going like super heavy on a bench press. If you try to cheat that, I mean, how are you going to cheat that? You could bring your ass off, but then you're just turning it into a decline bench press anyways. So you might as well decline or set it up or so, or do dips. Right? That's another one. Like, you can't really cheat dips. You could not go all the way down, but if that's the case, then why wouldn't you just simply, do like a board press, or, press from the pins on a power rack with your bench press, like that type of stuff. But then there's things that a lot of people do, but there's so much hate out there. There's so much flame for doing it. Like T-bar rows, or like bent over rows. Like, those are probably the two most common ones that a ton of people do with heavy weight and with loose form then, and at the same time equally get so much negativity towards. Now let me say this. If I'm doing, and I've done this shit, I do this stuff a lot. Like, those are my two movements. Right? Those are some of the ways that I've developed my back, that I mainly rely on, like T-bar rows, bent over rows. All right, but that's not to say that you should do cheat reps for every single rep and for every single set. It has its time and its place. It's fucking common sense. And that's what I'm saying. This video should be short. This does not need to be a long video. This does not need a lot of discussion. You gotta start off light, right? Everything you do, start off light. Get blood flowing. Get those particular joints. Get that movement pattern greased out. Get yourself opened up, feeling good for that particular movement. Always start light. And when I mean light, like if you're really strong, you're still always starting with 135. There's a lot of people that even start, like for bench press, just pressing the bar, right? For a ton of reps, just pressing the bar. And then from there, progressively bump up. So like with T-bar rows, for instance, it's not like the videos that I've posted, where it's up to 11 plates is the most I've done so far. I'm trying to match that Ronnie Coleman status with 12 plates. Well, it's not like you start with 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plates with that cheat form, you know what I mean, with more upright torso. You're going to keep every fucking set possible as strict as you possibly can. And then as the weight gets heavier, the form is going to get a little bit looser and looser and looser. But what's wrong with that necessarily? It's not like, all of a sudden, your torso's a little more upright, you're getting a little more leg drive into it. What is wrong with that? It's not like all of a sudden, because it's not hitting it's not stimulating those muscle fibers in as big of a range of motion as it possibly could, that it doesn't have a place in it. People got to stop thinking, stop following this fucking textbook form so closely. Freaking Joe Weider magazines and Gold's Gym, Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding. You know what I mean? If you don't see the purpose of it, do it yourself. Try it out. There's a reason why people do this shit. And if you need more examples, testimonies of shit, people that do it, well then look no further. How about fucking Ronnie Coleman for all you strict bodybuilder fans? I'm sick and tired of people saying, like Kai Green, for instance, he never uses heavy weight. What the soul gives a shit? You don't know that. On his YouTube videos, he never uses heavy weight. Maybe he's just trying to do his own thing or get his own little school of thought, right? Slow and controlled, squeeze and contract. Well, you know what, Ronnie Coleman, that shit's real, right? That's how you train. Dude's intense, and he's strong as fuck too. You don't see a lot of bodybuilders strong. Well, why is it? Maybe it's the way he trains, right? Same thing. He's got plenty of training videos out there. You can see for his pulling exercises, that as he gets heavier and heavier and heavier, his form gets a little looser. Starts getting a little more, body language into it. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, you got to realize that especially if you're plateaued, you got to do something extreme to your body to make it actually need to adapt. And I'm not talking about, well, let me throw another 2.5 on each side, or let me shoot for one more rep. Does that sound extreme? Does that really give your body a purpose to pack on more muscle? Your body doesn't want to be fucking muscle bound, right? That goes against its whole mechanism for survival. It doesn't want to be jacked and ripped to shreds, right? So you got to do extreme shit. Same thing with your diet too. Don't expect extreme results if, let me bump up my diet another 15 calories a day or another 100 calories a day. Fuck that. Shoot for another 2,000 calories. See what happens. Right? And then if you're putting on more fat, then so fucking be it. It's not like you're going to put on a ton of lean mass and get ripped at the same time. All right? There's no shortcuts for a lot of stuff. Same thing with, there's no secret recipe for your strength training. And that's what drives me crazy about all the programming out there too. All these different programs. Oh, follow my program. No, why don't you just fucking keep doing what you're doing, but really push it to the extreme. So for deadlifts, for instance, if you're plateaued, start doing super, super heavy rack pulls, above your knees, super short range of motion. Or even just holding on to super heavy weight where you're starting from basically lockout. Then you're holding 1,200 fucking pounds up top. You think after you're holding 1,200 pounds up top and you drop that down to whatever you're plateaued on, let's say it's 405. Yeah, that shit's gonna feel light as fuck. And then that's gonna lead to other factors too. And like I was saying, the most important factors for having good workouts, the other video I made, is your mindset, having energy and having confidence. So that when you're doing your partials, your cheat reps with a fuck ton of weight, hey, guess what? Drop back down to whatever you're plateaued on, or even a little bit more than what you're plateaued on. Shit's gonna feel light as a feather. All right, and just that's what I'm talking about. Why would the people that talk shit on the internet just try shit for yourself? It's not even doing anything. What are you even trying to work? I'm sorry, right? I'm just trying to move a lot of weight. All right, I'm sorry that it's 3 times what you can move. All right, I want you to think about that for a second. You can't compare 135 pounds to 765 pounds. It's a whole completely different animal. All right, but it's for the bigger purpose. You're doing those cheat reps so that when you drop back down to strict form with reps, you're going to be able to bang out more reps or bang out more weight. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like I said, shit is common sense. If you don't see a time and place for cheat reps, well then Jesus fucking Christ, why don't you just try it and see how you feel the next day? Because I'm willing to bet you're going to feel like you just got fucking smacked by a semi-truck. Yeah, right? Then we're talking extreme shit to cause freaking results, right? With your strength and with your body, with putting size on. You gotta do extreme shit. Otherwise, why the fuck is your body what's it gonna adapt to? It's not gonna adapt to another fucking 2.5 on each side. That's for goddamn sure. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments.